As we see Sarah McCarthy there. And
Aisling
Aisling Forkin
to
now
the
for
board.
Swinford having a jump there. She was 5.81 to win the Talton Games and has been
Which was a
taking
huge
part in
PB.
the Kieran McDonough Youth Academy, so she's been going well.
Yeah, she's very quick over 200 as well, Phelan. And same
So
as kind of Kelly
That
Proper.
jump was actually a break, I think.
So we're getting a couple of replays here. So I'm going to take a
Yeah.
wander down, lads,
away there, will you?
and get
Do
more
indeed.
updates on this long jump.
Yes, make yourself useful.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
So now the film's gone, we can have a bit of crack.
Yeah.
Go get us some sweets as well, will you? He's actually going to get some
He's
sweets.
actually taking that genuinely,
Yeah.
which is pretty
Excellent.
happy.
Totally not giving him money for it either.
Oh, God, no.
So we see the 100 meters right up there. There was heats earlier on. So we should have a start list if
We do
we've been supplied with start lists.
No.
Oh,
we
of
have
course
the
not.
junior men's start list here at the minute. The ladies will be joining us shortly.
I'll actually get Phelan to do that first before he goes off and gets us a plethora of sweets.
So the Swinford athlete is just coming through the line here on the steeplechase at the bell. One more lap to go. And her compatriot is, I think, clearing her final barrier.
So I think with the
Making the
introduction, I
push for
suppose, of steeples into the schools, I think we're going to see more and more athletes doing these events. As we see Swinford athlete come up here for third place in that one, winning a national junior bronze medal.
Second place.
Second place.
Okay.
I misspoke, as you misspoke earlier.
I just
So
make
that
sure
athlete
one of
there.
those athletes is actually under 23. Yes, both Swinford AC. In fact, that very athlete is pictured here in the programme. I
Page
see at the
18.
minute.
So
So that was, in fact, the under 23 winner who crossed the line there from Swinford AC.
So I see
Cleena Mulroy.
Michael Hanlon getting a silver medal out there as well in the looks to be the hammer. So we'll try and get some results for there. We should have them up very, very quickly. Got our
Ethan-
technicians in.
Ethan McCann of Swinford AC coming with just over 100 metres to go on the steeplechase here, coming through for a silver medal.
So thanks to the Cork City Sports there for supplying a technician for us from Novartis. And we're going to have all our results up now. Oh, thank God.
Surely. So keep
Armstrong
tweeting
there.
in. Keep tweeting in if you want to what results you're looking for, and we'll try and get them read out to you as quick as we can.
So there seemed to be an issue there in the medal
Ethan
stand.
McCann
There
just crossing the line there for a silver medal in the junior women's 3,000 metre steeplechase. Well done to her.
was some a bit of an issue there in the medal stand. There was the wrong medal was given to the man in silver. And
Oh,
James
you
McGigan
won't like
went, "Oh,
that."
that's mine." And then there was a bit of a laughter, bit of a ha-ha.
Luckily
It
there
is-
was laughter. These are big guys. I
They
wouldn't want
are.
to see a brawl break out.
So this start list here, we've got Kilkenny City Harriers, Martin. Well, she wouldn't be allowed to run this one.
Certainly not.
Margaret Calbeck from Kilkenny City Harriers. Lane 2, Marie Heelan from Emerald AC. Lane 3, Laura Ann Costello from Galway City Harriers. Grace Lawler from St. Lawrence O'Toole in
Yeah.
lane 4.
Lane 5 we have Megan Mars, hurdle specialist. In lane 6 we have Sarah Kate Lacey of Kilkenny City Harriers. Ara Freeman in lane 7 from Slee Coolan, and Sophie Becker of St. Joseph's SC completing the lineup in lane 8. So Megan Mars had a great run up in Belfast as well in the 100 metre hurdles, just behind.
Where Catherine McManus broke
Catherine Mars
14.
broke 14 seconds, 13.97 she ran, and Megan Mars ran 14.02 roughly, which is a very good performance for a young
Give or
athlete
take
like
a
her.
second, yeah.
Give or take a couple of seconds there, I'm not sure. But she's certainly very.
You know a lot about
very fast.
hurdling, as you
I am a hurdler.
Yes, you set quite the almost set the Athlone IT stadium record.
I did.
earlier
I was
this
a
year.
sniff outside it. Simon Taggart held on to it for another few weeks.
I know, and your hatred of him knows no bounds.
Oh my God! Look at me starting. But no, I let Simon have his moment in the spotlight.
I decided to come back for this women's 100 first because it's going to be a cracker. And we're going to have to stand up, I'd say, to get our full
I'd like to see
view
your
here.
welcome back, but
Yeah, we were having.
certainly not.
We weren't talking about you behind your back either. I'm not going to stand up. I'm very lazy. I have it on here on the screen.
I'm used to it. Give us the lane draw run
We
through
have the
quickly.
lane draw done. We'll get a quick one again.
Margaret Calbeck, Marie Heelan, Laura-Ann Costello, Grace Lawler, Megan Mars, Sarah-Kate Lacey, Ara Freeman, and Sophie Becker.
So we're looking at the middle few lanes here. There would be the heat winners. Be the ones to watch.
So you're talking Laura-Ann Costello in lane 3, Grace Lawler in lane 4, Megan Mars lane 5, Sarah-Kate Lacey in lane 6, as we get a hush. Oh, and a break.
A false
False
start
start.
there, or possibly faulty. So we'll have to wait and see what the starter's decision
Are we going
on
to
that.
have anybody standing like...
Hopefully we won't have any John Drummond or Nickel Ashmead performances like we see in
did
in
quite
the
the wobbler last night, didn't he?
Nickel Ashmead decided to sit down in front of us, slightly just behind his blocks, to which he was then shuffled on from there, channeling his inner John Drummond from 11 years ago on the same track, in fact, in Paris.
If you're going to do that, though, I suppose you just stay there for as long as you can. You know, I mean,
But if he ran the race, and won it, he would have got less time on camera. So maybe it was just a ploy
plug
from his
for-
sponsors or his Adidas kit, get it out in the spotlight a little bit more.
He pulled
damn
a
you, Nickel
tantrum.
Ashmead, you genius, marketing genius.
He got back to
Yeah.
his bag and there was a big
Looks
brown
like
envelope
Grace
sitting in it.
Lawler has been disqualified.
Alleged.
Or no, faulty start. Talking to Grace Lawler, of course, sister of Marcus Lawler. He won't be competing today. He's got a slight niggle.
I would say if there was
Later
a
in the
false
two.
start for Grace Lawler there, Morris would be straight out.
Oh, well, he won't let that one lie.
Yeah,
That's the younger brother. Looks like a green card.
yeah. So if any of those
Okay,
athletes
so-
want to get to America, they're straight in.
As Annie Stafford is also on the runway, but let's focus on this 100 first.
So the athletes are in their blocks here. Starter raises is gone. They're ready to go.
And out they go. Quick drive pace there. Laura-Ann Costello, lane 3 is flying down. Megan Mars in the red is powering away though. She won the 100 earlier on, and here she goes, 11.83. Now we're going to have to wait for that win. She was second in the hurdles in Belfast, Jared.
I just mentioned that, all right. That's a very good performance. Hopefully a legal win, because that's a
I think that was
some serious running.
Sarah-Kate Lacey in second and Laura-Ann Costello looking to be in third place there. Very difficult to see from the angle we're at, but that appeared to be the top three there.
Yeah, we'll just be able to get a replay hopefully up on that on screen now. Here we go. See well out of the blocks. Megan Mars straight up. She stowed up a little bit early, probably from her hurdling block starts, but as you can see 40 metres in, she starts to move away and powers on through the line.
Sarah-Kate Lacey, and looks like Laura-Ann Costello got on up well for a third there. Yes, she did. Clear daylight. So Sarah-Kate Lacey from Kilkenny City Harriers. Liz Burns. Megan Mars is the 2014 GloHealth National Junior 100 metre champ. And I'll take a quick jaunt down to the long jump now. Time me,
See
boys.
if you make it this time.
Did you get any food for us yet?
I'm going down. I'll do that too.
So the junior boys are setting up their blocks.
So on this one we got Rory Martin of Tullamore Harriers in lane 1, William Kennedy and Finn Valley in lane 2, Dean Power, who unfortunately has not got to an Irish schools yet. He's been third in Leinster
Really?
in the 1 and 2, even though he was on a part of the national relay squad.
That is a
He's
shocking
up against
statistic.
Keith Doherty and Joseph
Ojumi.
Ojumi, who is in lane 4 next to him. Then you got Keith Doherty lane 5, Cara McLean, City of Lisburn in lane 6, Sean Driscoll from Raheny Shamrock in lane 7, and Conor Duggan of Crawwell AC in lane 8, no relation. So Crawwell AC, they're over your general part of the world there in the general Connacht
Well,
area.
yeah, roughly an hour and a half away from me. But yeah, in my area, I would have been competing in Connacht with the Craughwell Green and White prominent. Seem
And
to be making a re-emergence onto the scene.
Massively so. I don't remember them ever being around. Up
Well,
until
there's the Finnegan family there who always had a few good athletes pushing on. And they always had a few race walkers and such. But
they seem to be everywhere now.
on the track now, they're really making a move. I know Patter Harvey down the 800. He's down in UL. He's had a few good runs in the last year or so. And a few sprinters now pushing on too. So
Great to see, you know. Connacht don't have much going for them, so fair play.
Well,
You're hating
I'd
that,
have to hotly debate that topic. But maybe now is not the best time.
We do have a 3-hour car journey to debate that one.
That's if I let you back into my car for the way home. That's
Somebody will sure you take me in.
hobo Dougie. So the boys are concentrating. There's hands on hips.
Wonder will there be much sprinter posturing here, you
Well,
know?
there's a lot of strutting going on there, and
They do like a good old strut,
jumping up
these
and down.
sprinters.
Yes.
Distance runners don't have the same strut.
Well, it's all about getting into that zone before you get into those blocks, so you can go on the B of bang rolling.
So
I'm
Jordan
gonna
stands
leave
up
my
here to
seat
show
here
his
again.
support and respect for this.
So once
100
again, I
meters.
think the middle lanes here. I think Keith Doherty's going to be the one to watch.
So yeah, you
Dean
got
Power was very impressive in that heat, but he did have a strong tailwind.
Dean Power lane 3, Joseph Omidumi in lane 4, Keith
So they're
Doherty,
out of the
Karen
blocks.
McLean.
Looks fairly even so far. Keith Power. Keith Doherty with a good start. Comes up into a stride. He's starting to move away from the field now. Dean Power come through in second place. And he dips for the line. 10.83. Junior champion, Keith Doherty.
As Dan Kilgallen there in the background, his coach shaking his fist, possibly at me.
He's
out of
shouting
anger.
PB, so hopefully the tailwind was legal. Here we see the replay of that again.
Great start from Keith Doherty there.
You see
And
Dean Power was coming through nice and strong as well. Joseph just got left behind a little bit. It looks like Sean O'Driscoll over Heaney
quite
coming
possibly,
through
yeah.
with the dip for the bronze medal. It's
I
very
don't know.
tight. We'll have to wait and see the results, but
We'll have to go down and ask St. Phelim, make use of Phelim. But yeah, that was a really great race there. Keith Doherty, quite technician there over the first 40-50 metres. Here he blew the
absolutely,
field
we could
away.
have had a couple of those guys sub 11, which is good moving with the legal wind.
I suppose he's kind of transferring his indoors form there finally. He didn't really
Well,
have
yeah,
a
he
great
got out of the
schools.
blocks well. He used that power he has, obviously, but no. After the indoors, his early season didn't really go as well as he wanted. He was. I was talking to him. He said he found himself chasing times a little bit too much rather than just running his race and
Yeah, and I think
executing his race correctly.
I do believe relaxation is very important for the sprinter types.
It is. It really is. When it's hard. It's a hard thing to do when you are sprinting.
Yeah, I've always struggled to understand that. If you want to
Yeah.
go faster, you try harder, surely.
Yes, but you need to keep those muscles relaxed so they're moving more fluidly. But yeah, Keith was just saying he just needed to get back, get his race moving properly again, and stop worrying about everything else and just go through it because he's obviously in great shape.
Is he just got to go out there and execute, as Michael
gotta-
Johnson would say?
Well, absolutely.
I was always a bigger fan of Magic Johnson.
Yes. Magic Johnson had his problems as well.
He did, very much so, yeah. But he still provided me with a lot of joy in my youth.
Magic Johnson has a great smile.
He does.
Covers half of his head.
So we've got the
Under 23 men are setting their blocks.
So on this one we should have Darrell Lynch in lane 1, Neil McCartan in lane 2, Thomas Moore in lane 3, Paul Manning lane 4, Stephen Pretense in lane 5, Marcus Sullivan. Sorry, I'm reading out completely the wrong start list there. And
Actually looking at these athletes in their
I would
lanes.
like to retract my.
We'll give you a
full
mulligan on
statement
that
there.
one.
We should have Aina Madden in lane 1. I was wondering. It's like
Aidan
they're all
Madden, in
distance
fact, is
runners.
in lane 4.
This is ridiculous.
Yes. Mark Kavanagh, I can see out in lane 8.
I have it here now. So we have
Keith Pike in lane 6.
Patrick Lynch in lane 2. We should have Tony Stafford in lane 3. Barry Regan in lane 4. We should have Oisin Fitzpatrick in lane 5. Aina Madden in lane 6. And Israel Ibanu of Clan of Harriers in lane 7.
So just to give the guys an update here, I'm on my roving mic. I think I'm on air. I'll give a little wave there up to Jar. But anyway, the latest here at the long jump, as Emerald AC athlete is coming to approach the board, is that Sarah McCarthy from Mid Sutton is leading with a jump around 5.70. Annie Stafford in second, and Aisling Forkin has got a best of around 5.19 or 5.30 at present. But she's jumped 5.81 in the Tarleton game, so if she can replicate that, the S&P athlete can change it all around. Sarah McCarthy probably the slight favourite, and she's leading with 5.70. But plenty more action to come. The lead athletes have done 2 jumps as we cut back to the 100.
So the under 23 men's 100 metres are behind their blocks. They're called on their marks.
We finally got the correct start list as well after
they've
many
been told
returns.
to go back behind their blocks once again. We've got the correct start list here in lane 1. We've got Barry O'Regan, St.
Who
Albans.
is the 60 metre under 23 champion from earlier this year?
From the indoors.
He is, yes.
Correct. Patrick Lynch from Newport AC in lane 2. Cormac Lynch of Marion AC in lane 3. I raced him many times indoors. Man who sported a wonderful Superman t-shirt.
Yes, and was made very famous.
Lane
Aina
4.
your club mate.
Yes, indeed.
Any
Aina
thoughts on
man,
him?
10.77 for the 100 PB this year, so he's moving well. He's got
Famous for
kinesio
having-
tape on his massive right bicep there
Yeah,
at the
I was
minute.
just about to bring up his massive arms.
Yes,
which
he actually hurt himself arm wrestling a certain Tom Barr.
there
Tom
you
Barr
go.
does not have massive arms, so
No.
I don't know how
This
that
reflects
happened.
poorly on Aina Madden.
Anyway, they're getting ready for the start.
Tony Stafford, whose sister's competing in the long jump at the moment in lane 5. Keith Pike lane 6. Kode Ogabene in lane 7. And Mark Cavan in lane 8. And
Oh, we've got a false/faulty start here, so hopefully it's another green card and none of the athletes will get DQ'd.
So there's Cormac Lynch and his shades. Must be going on holidays later today.
Must be so, because the clouds have certainly set in here and I have my own sunglasses resting on the table.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Very much unused at the minute. Keith Pike also in good form at the minute. He's part of that national senior 4x1 relay team. He competed over in Tallinn, Estonia with the European Team Championship. Ronan is now sporting my sunglasses and looking great, I must say.
Give me time. Yes, I feel a little bit like someone off Miami
So it looks
Vice.
like lane 7 has been disqualified. Coyote Ogbene of Leevale AC. He's not happy. He must have breached the 1/10 of a second rule on in the starting blocks.
It's extremely disappointing.
The weather is actually.
Is he quite?
We have the replay here of that.
We can just have a moment there.
So we
you
just
quite
see he
easily
can't
there,
clearly. He leaves the track. His hands leave the track before anyone else. So
really
unfortunately,
went
that
to
is a
the B of the
DQ
bang
for
there.
him. He did. He went on the pause before the B of the bang. So the athletes are in their blocks once again. Oh, and that looks like another false start. That could be Tony Stafford of Monapians. He has his head in his hands.
That is very
This is not good.
unfortunate.
I think he knows it himself.
Appears to be a Spider-Man being flipped up in there. Can we see that again?
You can see Tony Stafford left well before the bang of the gun. So we're down to 6 in this field. This is not good for the athletes. It leaves them very nervous. We might see a few.
Again, look.
Might see a few sitting in the blocks, but hopefully not. The
Yeah,
weather
I think
has.
it's going to reflect on probably a poor time, I suppose. In this one, they're not going to be.
Well,
able
these
to
athletes are just going to be worrying about winning the race now and not.
Tactical championship effort.
Oh, it's going to be a tactical 100. There's no doubt about that. I
So
think my money is between Aina Madden and Keith Pike. There's an empty lane between them, which may have a negative effect.
you know what? I'm going to stick with one
Keith
of our.
Pike is actually on his own with no athlete either side, but maybe that'll help him relax.
Yeah, maybe put the blinkers on like a horse.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm going to go for Barry Regan in this one. He got me a gold in the indoors. He'll get me one here.
The athletes are just running out of their blocks again. There must be a problem with the gun. It has actually gotten very dull and cold here at the minute as well, so this is not good. The athletes are out here for 10 minutes before they get going.
An ill wind is blowing in.
Summer wind came blowing in.
So the starters just having a few words there, trying to get this gun sorted out, and we're getting on our blocks yet again. So who are you going for in this one? Make a call. I put a gun to your head.
I'm going to say Keith Pike will take it from my clubmate Aina Madden.
I'm going to go with Barry Regan sneaking up on lane 1 there.
Athletes on their marks. And out of the blocks they go. Keith Pike with a lightning start. Aina Madden pushing up through, and it looks like Keith Pike has the lead, but Aina Madden is pushing on through again. He has the lead. It's going to be very tight here on the line. I think Aina Madden might just have got it from Keith Pike and Cormac Lynch in third from the looks of it. We might just 10.74 on the clock, so if that's a wind legal, that's another big PB from Aina Madden. We'll just get another replay of that 100 metres. So we can see here Keith Pike is lightning started out of the blocks. Aina Madden is driving those arms hard. Cormac Lynch is sticking with them. It's quite an even pace for the back of the pack, but I think just on the dip, looks like Aina Madden might just have got it. See from
put his massive left bicep forward there, and that may have
that would certainly not count because it's his massive chest that would have to reach the line first. But possibly the weight of that arm dragging him through the line quicker.
Yeah.
Keith Pike seemed to be resigned to second place as he crossed the line.
10:74 is a
10:74 is a
nice
big PB if that is wind legal. I think it could be.
Although if you have a quick look at the GloHealth and the Cork AI kind of flags
banners,
there,
they are blowing quite hard. So we can see the pole vault here on the runway. We appear to have a topless athlete.
Yes, not sure if that's a streaker or if it's just someone practicing.
I certainly hope he doesn't have a number pinned to his chest or back.
That could be quite painful.
Yes.
But Cork is kind of known as the windy city in athletic circles, as you can rarely get a nice calm day.
Well, I'm sure they are.
I remember one, I think it was September 17th.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What happened that day?
2005. It was just no wind.
Were you training?
No.
No. Oh, God, no. I'm sure the athletes would be gladly take this tailwind over headwind anyway, so.
So we had Mark Kavanagh won the under 23 200 meters. He'll surely be coming back later on for that 200. As we see, pole vaulters still getting ready down there. A couple athletes from what appears to be Emerald, and try and get you started for that as quickly as you can. So, quick review of the junior men's shot put here. James Kelly of Crusaders AC. He threw 13:16, one of my former students. Brian Hoban at Raheny Shamrocks threw 10:70. Andrew McCarthy of Gunigala threw 10:44, and Martin Moraine of St. Peter's threw 9:32 for 4th place. And then in the 800 meters, we had Keith Fallon, Galway City Harriers, 155.36. Fionn Butner, 156.39 for 2nd place. Mitchell Byrne, 157.20 for 3rd place in that one. And then we also have the much hotly contested junior men's 800 meter heats here. Rob Tully got through as an automatic qualifier, 157.52. Keane McBride was 2nd in that one, 157.91. Connor Walter 3rd in that one, 158.01 automatic qualifier. And then the two fastest qualifiers coming from that first heat. We've got Phelan down here. He's getting ready to go, and give us a quick update from down below.
If I'm back on air here, I can hear Nick Davis doing commentary over me as well. But Aisling Forkin is next up here. She won the Talton Games, which is under 17 in the schools. She's jumped 5:81 in that to win it. If she can get a big jump here, she could get into the lead here. So let's keep a look at Aisling from SMP. She's in the all black and wearing the green Adidas spikes. If she can get her technique right, she's been trying to fine-tune it at the Kieran McDonough Youth Academy, which you can look on Facebook. Let's look up here as she toes up and toes off. Steady start into the runway. Approach. Looks a little bit better. Still foot slightly behind the board there. I'll try and get a measure there, and I'll get back to you now in 1 second.
So the junior men's 100 going by Keith Doherty, that was wind legal time and UPB for Keith. So he'll be happy with that. Just get that full result. So it was 10:82 for Keith Doherty. Dean Power in 2nd with 10:93. And Sean O'Driscoll of Raheny Shamrock in 3rd with 10:98. So the top 3 all sub 11 there.
So Annie Stafford is next. That was a tentative jump from Aisling Forkin. I think it was only 5 meters and 15. You could see on the approach there that it was a little bit slow. So here comes Annie approaching the board with much more pace. A little bit better on the board. Looks like a better leap there. She's currently lying in 2nd. And our leader, Sarah McCarthy, is now getting down into her jumping kit here now, and she'll be up shortly. She's leading the competition.
Thanks, Phelan, for that. Just try and get this under 23 men's 100 meters result. Ronan is coming back to join me here.
So Sarah McCarthy is back in. Here's our leader in the long jump
down there
from Mid-Sutton.
Hogging the mic at this stage.
Yes,
Still got the red flag there. I think it was 5:45 for Annie Stafford. So for watching here. So here comes Sarah McCarthy again, a faster run up. Hits the board. Looks like a better jump there than the previous two. So 5.66 for that jump there. Jumping isn't going too great at the moment, so they're going to have to sort out their run-ups there.
Phelim. He's it must be very disconcerting for the athletes there with Phelim commentating as they go by.
Yes, I'm sure they can spot him there in his luminous blue t-shirt. But I've got the 100 metre under 23 men result here as well. Unfortunately, the win was plus 3.2 for this one, but Éanna Madden with a very impressive 10.72 for the win. Keith Pike in second with 10.76, and Cormac Lynch 10.89 for the bronze medal. Barry O'Regan fourth, 10.98.
So just back to the 800 metre results I was calling up there recently. The qualifiers for the final are Rob Tully, Cian McBride, Conor Walter, Kevin Kelly and Jonathan Simons from Kildare AC.
Junior 800 this
is. Junior, sorry, yeah. And then Gary Campbell, Carl Griffin and William Crowe from that second heat. So unfortunately Tom Hennessy just missing out there. Missing out by 1/10 of a second.
We see the high jumpers just getting themselves ready here on camera too. Warming up.
So we got the Cork City Sports here on Tuesday night, and James Kelly, who just won the junior boys shot put there, it's coached by Phil Conway, who was in fact here and judging the day. The world record for the hammer throw was set here at the Cork City Sports in 1984.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
So anyone who was born in 1984, you're 30 this year.
Yeah, ouch. Hate that.
Wow.
Mark, what age
that
you?
must sting.
88.
Mark is a fresh young man, just like myself.
Yes,
I'll have you know.
ouch.
Yeah.
I look much older than Mark from ATV here, and I'm a year younger. This is awfully upsetting. Must have lived a much more weathered lifestyle.
You've spent a lot of time out in the cold, dark light of day.
Of Cork.
Yes.
Windy City.
Who set that world record in the hammer anyway, Ron?
Yuri Zygev.
Oh, excellent.
That's excellent pronunciation. Russia.
Russia, in fact.
So
we've got a hammer back at the Cork City Sports this year.
Yeah, when the Cork City Sports was held in Mardyke, unfortunately we couldn't actually hold a hammer, but we're going to show you an ad here instead because I'm very boring. We've decided not to show an ad. We've decided I'm very interesting again, and yes, I'm going to talk about.
Ronan just told them. He in fact put his foot down and said no ads, lads. I want to talk here. I've got stuff to say.
Let the people speak.
But yeah, we will go to an ad now. Anyway,
okay, now we're going to go to the ads. Damn.
Life. Control is power. Runners are amazing. And for the times you're not, we'll be amazing. With innovations like tailored health insurance that puts you in control. See how we can tailor a plan to suit you today. GloHealth. My cover. My way.
And we're back. So here's James Kelly getting his medal here now. So in first place is James Kelly. In third place here, just got his medal, Andrew Carty. Second place, Brian Hoban of Raheny Shamrocks in second. And James Kelly won that one with 13.16. He got a fourth place in the Irish schools last year behind his clubmate Davy Lawler.
Just checking the Be There AAI hashtag, and it's really taken off. We have one tweet from ourselves.
Excellent.
So if anyone wants to get involved in that competition,
yeah,
Be There AAI is the hashtag, and you get a chance to win Paul Robinson signed piece of kit.
Just a chance to win Paul Robinson. I think you actually get a day with Paul Robinson.
That'd be alright.
That'd be great.
I know Phelim would like that.
Phelim loves that, yeah. We give him that prize every week.
Yes.
He's back. Really getting into the roving reporter there. I'm just going to I'm just getting my tutorial on the job, and I'll say back to the lads next time so you know that I'm actually finished, which would help. But interesting down there at the long jump anyway. The conditions aren't bad down there, and they should have a bit of a tailwind, but they're just either not aggressive enough on the board or just not planting right. And I do think somebody should be able to get at least a 580 plus jump out if they can get it right. Technically just not working out at the moment.
So we have the women's 800 junior result here. The winner, Shifter Clare Butler, 2:10.46. Alana Lally came through strongly, 2:10.70. Less than half a second behind. Aisling Crossy got the bronze, 2:11.27. And just behind her, Louise Shanahan, 900ths of a second behind, 2:11.36.
So I believe Amy Donoghue, who finished fifth in that race, is actually under 23. So not sure if she's going to run, or if there wasn't.
They probably ran it together,
yeah.
I'd say. So she's the under-23 champion.
We'll just be able to check that result here, hopefully.
As we look at the next medal ceremony here, I think that's for the 400-meter hurdles. I think I see Mark Rogers in the middle.
Amy O'Donoghue, who did win that under-23 with 2:11.48. Mariano Sullivan, silver, 2:17.05.
Pull up the 100-meter junior men. Is that up yet?
Yes, I called that out there not so long ago. Keith
I've
already
been-
got a PB for himself.
I've been asked. Oh,
that's the
Sean.
that's
Oh, that's the
sorry.
qualifying. Sorry, yeah. I was just about to say, surely.
So those 400-meter hurdles men are on the podium. You can see the wind taking off there behind them.
Nearly take them off. So Sean O'Driscoll did get up for third and under 11 seconds. Sorry, 10:98. I've been on the.
Cover this
I
already.
know.
Yes.
I'm just excited.
Just because he's your club mate.
Exactly. And plus, people have been pestering me down in between the stands, and I'm trying to check the long jump. So
Tell people to tune in.
I'll keep them at bay here, and I'll let them know what's happening.
So anyway, as I was saying, the Mardyke, we are incapable of holding a hammer or javelin competition there, as there's a hockey court, I believe they're called. No, a hockey pitch in the
Hockey track.
center of the track, and so unfortunately couldn't hold them there. So it hasn't been held there in many years. And most importantly, we've got Keith Doherty.
Special guest joining us.
So we'll just fix
Make
that
sure
there
your
for you, Keith.
microphone is on
There
for
you
you.
go. We'd love to hear your
Thanks
voice.
very much.
So Keith, you're here with us. What a fantastic PB you got there. You delighted with that?
Yeah, I've had a few ups and downs in the season.
We'll just stick your noggin in there.
Executed the race well today. That's all I was looking
Just
to
get
do.
you to hold
so
the mic up to you a little bit there. So yeah, you got
Jeez,
your.
we'll have to mammy you here. Keith.
yeah, I know.
So after your impressive indoor season, you got the form back now for the right time of the year.
Yeah, it came at the right time. Like, I mean, I had a couple of weeks there where I wasn't performing at all. Like, and it just, the peak just came at the right time there. So
Yeah. You were.
delighted to do it.
Do you think you were chasing times a little bit too much, or you weren't?
At the
really?
start of the season, yeah,
Yeah.
I just changed my mindset a bit. Like, I was like, there's no point in chasing times. You're
Yeah,
just better
and
off
you're,
trying to execute your race.
You were lucky you got away with a legal win there today. Anyway,
Yeah,
when it's gusting.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're happy enough with that performance.
delighted, absolutely delighted.
Can you take us
Very
through what your feelings were? And like, you seem to go very, very strongly in the first 40 meters. Obviously, indoors you were very strong over 60 meters. So
Yeah,
is that your game plan
usually my best part of the race probably the first 60 meters, and then I fade away towards the end. Like, but I've been working on it a lot now the last couple of weeks to like straighten up towards the end instead of leaning forward. Try to get a longer stride, so it's worked well today.
Okay, well, you look pretty good out there, and we just got the women's 400 meters coming up
So
here.
congratulations, Keith, and
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see more of you during the summer and at the National Senior Championships.
Yeah, and
GloHealth.
your Instagram is what, Keith? Just give us there your Instagram to get a few followers for yourself.
Keto 95.
There you are
Keith
now.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Impressive.
that's it.
All right, Keith, thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Come on, Keith.
Well done. So the 400-meter junior women are in their blocks.
So, 400 meter women, I believe that's Rachel O'Shea there in lane 1, Lauren Keeley in lane 2 from St. Edmunds, Isabel Kenny from Sleecoon in lane 3, Edel Kieran in lane 4 from Shercock, I see Jenna Bramall of Emerald, I see in lane 5, Rachel Murray from Fingallings in lane 6, Eva McMullen in lane 7, and Elizabeth Maher in lane 8. So you're looking here at Jenna Bramall.
Jenna Bramall's gone out very hard for this first 100 metres. She's, I think, already opened up a substantial lead over the rest of the field.
She certainly has the best PB in this race, and she is showing it. She's gone straight out to the front here. And
She's
Rachel
a very
O'Shea,
impressive stride length.
in lane 1 there, seems to be making the best ground after that, and she was about 5th in the 800 metres earlier on for the junior women.
Adele Kieran in lane 4 is well up there, as well as the stagger will start to unwind when we come around towards the 300 metres. But it's Jenna Bramall with a clear lead here.
She's
We'll
got
see how she can go
An incredibly
through.
long stride there as well. She's really kind of grasping at that ground.
She does indeed. She'll be pushing on, hoping for to get a junior standard for the world's A standard is 53.70, which may be a push, but 55.25 is the B standard.
Yeah, I believe she's ran close to 56 seconds, so this could be
She
a
has indeed. She's got a 40-metre lead here
big
coming
PB
towards the
here,
line.
possibly. All the way over the line here.
And in second place we have lane
Rachel
1, Rachel
O'Shea.
O'Shea being tracked down by Eva McMullen. 56.84 for Jenna Bramall for the win.
So,
Rachel O'Shea in second from West Muskerry AC, and Eva McMullen.
oh, you
cheer
didn't.
colour.
Sorry, Eva, to cut across you there, but you call
West
it West
Muskerry?
Yes, West Muskerry.
West Muskerry AC.
You're in
For Rachel
court now.
O'Shea.
You won't be allowed back. And we've
Won't
got
be
it
allowed back
here-
where?
Back anywhere. I
Won't be
refuse to
allowed
let
back
you
to
go
the
anywhere.
future.
Oh yes, very much so, Fimberhagen. But
So
if
that was
you're
quite an
listening-
impressive race there. Jenna
Yeah,
Bramall really just ran away
dominated
with
that,
class
I
in the
think.
field and dominated. Yeah, she really time trailed it when she had passed 2 or 3 athletes outside her by
Even 100 meters in,
150 meters in, she was clearing home. So she just had to hang on.
Very impressive. And 56.84 is pretty good in the conditions we have here.
It is pretty good because I'm sure that wind really affected her on the back straight, and you can expend a lot of energy there trying to hit the usual split through 200, and when you get to that home straight, the tailwind really doesn't give you that much help.
Yeah, and she kind of burst into the scene last indoor season, or the indoor season before this, and she ran some very, very good times as a very young athlete.
You just see the replay of it here. You can see how much she has in the rest of the field.
And Rachel Shea doubling back from the 8th there earlier on from West Muskerry AC. Gets up for second. But Eva McMullen up Tyrcullen AC getting up for third there.
Bronze, and Edel Kieran of Shercock hanging on for 4th.
Yeah, so impressive race there from Jenna Brown. Impressive from Rachel Shea, double back from the 8.
Very impressive, in fact.
So Gemma Brown winning that one over 400 meters. We got the under 23 women. So in this one, we've only got 5 athletes. In lane 3, we've got Karen Dunn, Bormeen SE, Jessica Neville from Leavelle SE in lane 4, Nia Field from St. Cocos, who goes to UCD. She ran very well in the varsities earlier in the year. Isabel O'Donnell, better known as an 800 meter runner, in lane 6 there, and Louise Holmes in lane 7. Louise is a sister, in fact, of Jonathan Holmes.
Jonathan
Holmes, who won the national 100 meters in
years ago.
2010.
That's as good a guess as mine.
Yeah, we'll go
Louise
with that.
is a 100 meter, 60 meter, 100 meter, 200 meter specialist normally, but
so she's going up to the big one lap here. How's she going to fare?
She is indeed. She had an ankle injury, I think, indoors, and she was just coming back from that. She was running the 400 to get fit, in fact.
Yeah,
and then she ended up running
long runs.
Like 57, 58 seconds, which was very impressive. So she, Sandra O'Callaghan, her coach, has decided to leave her in it for another while, it seems.
Yeah, well,
and she's certainly been very impressive.
No harm at all, and it's going to be interesting to see how Isabel O'Donnell gets on here. She's an 800 meter runner, so she's dropping down to the 400 here, the old quarter. So it could be interesting to see, how she deals with this. She'll probably be fairly far behind, I suppose, after 200 meters, and then her superior endurance will tell over that last 100 meters.
Certainly be an interesting way to run it, being very far behind.
Very far behind.
Predicting.
Well, you know what I mean, like maybe 5-10 meters.
Lee Field in lane 5 there is coached by Paul Opperman. Paul Opperman's stable.
He's a very, very, very attractive man.
Well, he is. He has a great beard. He is former Olympian, of course, Sydney.
Yeah.
The 4x4 relay team.
So you reckon Niamh would be the class of this field?
She'd certainly give it a go.
So we're just waiting here on the start line. We've got, you can see Karen Dunn there from Bormeen SC. Hopefully get us started here on time. You can still tweet us in.
Niall Campbell has tweeted in saying,
said at Roger that Mark enjoying his noodles. So that was Mark Rogers there.
Sitting on the podium, top of the podium, eating noodles apparently.
So we got the 400 meter here, under 23 women's. We've got in lane 3, Karen Dunn, lane 4, Jessica Neville, lane 5, that is Niamh Field, lane 6, Isabel O'Donnell, and lane 7, we've got Louise Holmes. So we've got a real clash of cultures here, I suppose, with 100 meter runner running 400, we've got 800 meter runner dropping down. And we've got Niamh Field and Jessica Neville and Karen Dunn, the more, I suppose, traditional 400 meter runners, giving us another lash.
So the wind is still gusting here. The lasties will feel that on the back straight. And out of the blocks they go. Fairly even pace so far. Not much to decide between them. Looks like lane 6.
Lane 6 is Isabel O'Donnell, who
he quite hard, in fact.
Yes, will be behind.
She seems to have the lead so far. Louise Holmes is taking it very even pace at the minute.
As is Niamh Field.
Relaxed. The inside 3 lanes are quite evenly split. It looks like Isabel O'Donnell is really pushing on here.
I know Jessica Neville has broken 60 seconds before, so she could feature here for 3rd place for sure.
At the 250 mark here, we have
Isabel O'Donnell is starting to streak away with this. Louise Holmes.
It'll be interesting to see how Louise Holmes come back at her in the last 100, but Isabel is really moving away here.
Looking very comfortable.
5 or 6 meter gap. Louise Holmes takes a quick look around her.
Jessica Neville getting up here for 3rd place as well. Does the 400 meter hurdles as well, and she's getting up here for 3rd. She may even catch Louise Holmes.
Looking very relaxed through the line. 57.99 for the win.
So that heat 1 there, you've got Isabel O'Donnell winning that one. And in second place, you had Louise Holmes, who was very, very comfortable. It was a very, very comfortable 57.99. And we'll see how those girls get on later on in the final here. So Isabel really made sure of her one there, possibly going out a bit hard.
Possibly, but she looked very relaxed in the last 80 metres. That's the time you want to be taking the foot off the gas rather than having to push on and try and make sure of a qualification place. So she'll have a good lane for the final anyway.
So in the second one, we'll have Margaret Mary Grace, Christina Neville, whose sister just ran there. We've got Constanza Thiel from Sleecool.
Constance Thiel.
Sorry, there we go. Emer Lynch from Newport AC in lane 6, and Aisling Drumgould from Raheny Shamrock in lane 7.
So we just see the first heat again with Isabel O'Donnell coming across the line, followed by Jessica Neville and Louise Holmes. They're the top three. So they all look very relaxed coming down the home straight there. So they'll be the challengers for the medals later on.
So I suspect that'll be top 3 and 2 fastest losers there for all 8 lanes. So
we're just going to go down to Phelan here, trackside.
Okay, so I'm back down at base camp here, and Aisling Forkin, that was her last jump there, but she was well behind the board there. Unfortunately, I'll try and get a little jump for you there, but we're into the last jumps here for the girls' long jump, as Annie Stafford is next, followed by Sarah McCarthy. So back to the lads though for the next round of the 400 semis of the under 23.
Thanks very much, Phelan. Still hasn't actually supplied us with any confectionery thus far, but we can, I suppose, hold out on that one. So back to the 400 metre for women here. Under 23s, Margaret Mary Grace in first in lane 3, Christina Neville in lane 4, Constance Thiel in lane 5, Emer Lynch in lane 6, and Aisling Drumgould in lane 7. So will Christina join her sister in the final? That'll be nice.
We'll find out very shortly. And their athletes are out of their blocks once again. For heat 2 of this.
So Aisling Drumgould there from Raheny Shamrock getting out very hard there in lane 7. This looks to be probably a more even heat. Christina Neville getting out very hard there as well in lane 4. So on the back straight, it's pretty much
Christine Neville looks to have the lead. Aisling Drumgould is doing well out in the outside lane as well. So athletes are working hard into this headwind to be delighted to come around that bend and get a bit of relief.
In around 27 seconds there, going through the first 200 into the wind, which means we could see a bit of pain up at this home straight.
Well, I'm sure they'll judge their pace a bit better so they could just qualify, but Christine Neville seems to have the lead anyway from Aisling Drumgould.
Yeah, and she would tend to be very strong. Dropped down from the 800, which she used to run in her school years, so she's going to have that little bit of endurance.
So these 3 athletes are clear of the field at the minute. I suspect these will be the 3 automatic qualifiers. Aisling Drumgould is just pushing on a little bit, hopefully probably looking for a better lane for the final. And I think she's just going to come second. Christine Neville takes the win in that heat.
That was Christine Neville, Aisling Drumgould in second, and then Emer Lynch in third place. So those 3 athletes will go through to the
Constance
final.
Thiel in
fourth place. Fifth place is Margaret Mary Grace. We'll see from that very, very shortly who qualified there for that final. You have top 3 will be automatic qualifiers, and then probably 2 fastest losers. So we'll see the last 50 metres of that. Christine Neville went out very, very hard with the first 200. Started to tie up a little bit, but Aisling Drumgould very, very relaxed. Started to work a little bit over that last 20 metres, but once she knew that she wasn't going to get the win, I think she relaxed very much over the last 10 metres then. But Emer Lynch very quietly getting into the final there as well in third place.
We'll see the athletes in the pole vault here getting underway. They have the real bar up now as opposed to the flexi bar.
Fake bar?
The invisible bar. The flexi bar, which they're using for warm-up. I see we have a tweet in from John May here as well.
John de Bon May, he says great coverage.
Step up in standards. That must be the getting rid of Cathal Dennehy means there.
Surely.
It says, is having a beard compulsory on jumping the gun? We just see a clearance of the bar there in the pole vault. It says, is having a beard compulsory on jumping the gun?
Well, unfortunately, my beard has been lessened. I shaved there recently, so I've
shaved there this morning, didn't you?
I shaved, yeah. I actually shaved in the break there while Phelan was talking.
2 o'clock shadow is on you there now.
But no, it is not compulsory. Although the losing Cathal Dennehy, obviously we've lost that.
That was a great boost.
That 12-year-old look that he had and brought to the team. But No, we're showing a lot of age and experience
Is
here.
Phelim sporting a beard at the minute?
He is. Although I think that's out of laziness rather than any
Of course, yeah.
kind of attempt at grooming
Another
himself.
pole vault athlete here on the runway, looks like St. Lawrence O'Toole's, and he is clear. And he does a little backflip to celebrate, and why not?
Yes, I think we've spoken about this a few times before, but I think being a pole vaulter or a high jumper is far more impressive than being a middle distance runner. I mean, you're at a party and they go, "Hey, what can you do?" And I go, "Hey, I can run moderately fast for a long period of time."
Yeah.
Or I can do backflips over a big bar.
It's good in that way, but then you have the fact where they get absolutely no recognition as well.
That's very true. Yeah, we're giving them recognition.
We've got the camera on. Unfortunately, we don't have a scorecard which we can see what height it is, but
maybe if we
send
send
a roaming reporter down there fairly soon.
Get him as far away from us as possible.
Exactly.
Oh, there he is. So let's quickly get you a start list for that men's pole vault. As we see, the men's 400 meter lining up there as well. I'll quickly get that up there. So we got Thomas Hoolan, Christopher Doherty, Dylan Purcell, and Keith Doherty in the under 23s. So we're being dogged here by Mark Kavanagh for the 100 meter results.
How did that race go for you, Mark?
Not too great, to be honest now. Got out well, but a bit tired come down through the end, but sure, more to improve on.
You're still working back from a few injuries here and there, so you're just trying to get yourself back for GloHealth National Seniors.
Being honest, I'm just delighted to be running again.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, sure, seniors, that's where it's at, man.
Exactly, yes.
You mean the GloHealth National Seniors?
So Mark Kavanagh,
the GloHealth National Seniors, lads.
Yes,
good lad.
So 11:10 you ran there, Mark, plus 3.2 wind. So how did you find that wind out there? Is it right on your back, or is it swirling a bit, or is it?
Didn't feel it at all, to be honest.
It's kind of gusting a little bit, yeah. So.
Great run by Madden and Pike there now.
Yeah, good performance by those two guys. So they're smashing through the 11 seconds. Mark,
we're, getting shocked there by the gun. Thanks very
Mark.
much, Mark. 400 meters for junior men there now coming up, which should be a good battle.
It should be a really good contest. We've seen Paul Murphy up in Belfast ran 47.75, putting guys like Jason Harvey, Timmy Crow behind him, finishing third, only behind Brian Gregan and Mark English. His A standard for the World Juniors is his B standard, is 47.70. So that will be something you'll have in sights. And only 500s off it last week.
We've just been given some Swiss chocolate here from the lads at RTV. Honey and almond.
Toblerone,
yeah.
In fact.
Sorry, yes, Swiss chocolate. I didn't want to mention the brand.
We're sponsored by
Toblerone as well.
I think RTV are sponsored by Toblerone.
Yeah,
so
I would assume so, yeah.
Trying to get us to pimp the brand here for them, but...
Well, I'm going to eat it all.
Gladly so. Some of us are in training.
Well, that's just you.
So the junior men are on their marks. Heat 1.
I think you should commentate and I should eat.
Lane 2 appears to be empty, which is Lorcan Lallor of Sleecoolan. Connor Dempsey is in lane 1. Owen Kavanagh lane 3. Andrew Cummins lane 4. Evan Crotty lane 5. Sean Flanagan lane 6. And Kevin Woods in lane 7. It's actually starting to rain here at the minute as well, so the athletes won't like that. And they're out of the blocks. Lane 3.
So we can safely assume it's going to be top 3 in this one. Kevin Woods got a very, very fast there. He's around 50 flat. A little bit of rain, a little bit of a deluge perhaps on the way. A little bit of
precipitation. Another headwind on the back straight for these athletes. Evan Crotty is moving up nicely there from Emerald AC. Kevin Woods on the outside is holding strong.
So and Kevin Woods had to get out very hard there at all. You know, he's blind, so he's just got to run pretty much as fast as he possibly can in this one.
Yes, indeed, he does. He's going to be running this as a time trial, and hopefully that nobody comes up on his shoulder as he comes in past the 300 metre mark.
Andrew Cummins is making a bit of a run at things there as well, as his own Kavanagh in lane 3.
So as the stagger unwinds, it looks like Kevin Woods still holding the lead. Evan Crotty making a move up through, and the DSD athlete of Andrew Cummins is coming into the lead. Now he's looking around him. He wants to make sure he qualifies. He needs to keep that position for a good lane.
So a very relaxed 51.04 there. I think Kevin Woods got that on the line. Second place, Andrew Cummins, and third place was Evan Crotty. Unfortunately, Celtic DCH's own Kavanagh just missing out. So 51.04 was the winning time in that heat there. So I reckon, I suppose, fourth place there would have been in and around.
Be pushing 52.5, I'd say.
Yeah, so that'll be the time to beat just off the top of our heads there. We'll show you the last 50 metres of that there, or 100 metres even.
Maybe so judge the...
Kevin Woods went out very, very hard. He started to tie up a little bit then, but he got a bit of a second win there with about 80 metres to go, and he had a little look around his competitors. Very relaxed there.
Crotty moved through nicely there.
long striding Evan Crotty, he kind of didn't tie up as much in the home straight there as Owen Kavanagh.
A low 52 could be the 4th placer there, so that'll be what the athletes in Heat 2 will be working towards.
Remember, it's top 3 and 2 fastest losers, so your top 3 from that one were Kevin Woods, Andrew Cummins and Evan Crotty. As Jar gets a little bit of Toblerone, keeps himself sweet there.
Absolutely.
Still getting a little bit of rain here. We are a tiny bit behind schedule, which, you know, these little bits of rain now are not helping in any way. But hopefully we'll get this over and done with fairly swift here. Get the 400 meters, get those finals going, and see some medals given out.
Yes, indeed. So this second heat of the junior men's 400, lane 1 we'll have Paul White of Nina Olympic. Lane 2 we'll have Carl Griffin, who we seen in the 800 earlier from UCDAC. Paul Murphy, the real class of this field in lane 3 from Ferrybank AC. Lyle Hood of Naas in lane 4. Owen Buggy of St. Albans in lane 5. Keith Noctor of St. Lawrence O'Toole in lane 6. Sean McCabe.
We missed a chance to go hashtag the buggy factor after Owen Buggy's name.
No.
Okay.
Lane 7 we'll have Sean McCabe of Tala. And we're joined by our co-host, Phelim Kelly, roaming reporter.
Oh, the roving rabbit or rat or whatever. So I was getting abused there with the
roaming rat.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of the beard. Yeah.
You also have a beard. I was trying to think
Roland
did you have
rat.
your beard today.
I saw John May was giving us a abuse.
Bit of
Yes.
stick, yeah.
John.
Perhaps he's just jealous.
Perhaps
John can't even grow hair on his head. Never mind his face.
Wow.
Anyway, I see there's the high jump is going on over there as well. Next Clonliffe athlete going up for a jump here. I think I might go for a rove over there as well. Oh, nice clearance. Get off the mat quickly. As the rules state, if you can get off the mat and the bar is still on and then falls, it still counts. Am I right, Jar?
That used to be the way anyway, but I'm not sure if they changed it since my day of high jumping, but hopefully
Jar's
so.
multi-talented. Not for the hacks to be boasting about their talents, but Jerry still has cleared 190, which is a reasonable height, to be fair. It's not like
distinctly average.
The height of a large man.
I was always very wary of the people who'd clear the bar and then drop down on the mat and walk out underneath the bar. I thought it was very brave, especially when people were clearing lower heights. So
and Blanca Vlasic getting over 2 meters. She was praying to the Lord Almighty and very emotional coming back from all those injuries.
Starry Gagan down in Carlow will be very happy with that.
He will indeed.
The man behind her return to success, we'll say.
Yeah, it'd been many years, I suppose, for her, and she used to go over 2 meters with ease. So
2 meters for fun. 208 as a PB. 209 being the world record.
Used to be doing for kicks during lunch and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
As we draw back, you can see in the white socks, the navy half tights and blue vest, or blue, even green vest of Ferrybank. That is Paul Murphy. I think he's just getting an adjustment of his number, but he ran 47.75 in his last race.
Yeah,
a bit of an updated start list here for this junior.
Carl Griffin,
Carl Griffin has withdrawn, and it's Lorcan Lawler in Slee Coolan in lane 2.
Lorcan Lawler. And I was talking to Robert Tully. They were looking for withdrawals. There's a few athletes were looking to withdraw because they were on the 800s.
So they're in their blocks here now. Paul
they were
Murphy
entered for both, and they were told they had to run
watch,
both.
But I'm assuming he will be able to comfortably qualify here.
Yeah, so in lane 1, Paul White, lane 2, Lorcan Lawler, lane 3, Paul Murphy, lane 4, Lyle Hood, lane 5, Owen Buggy, hashtag the Buggy Factor, lane 6, Keith Noctor, and lane 7, Sean McCabe.
As they blast off, Lyle Hood in the hood for Naas AC, all in black, but Paul Murphy up on him already on the stagger. Look at this classy athlete. He's run 47.75 in the great race won by Mark English of 46.56 in Belfast when he beat Brian Gregan.
He looked relaxed on that back straight. He's just eating up the field at his ease into that headwind. It doesn't look to be affecting him at all. So they're through the 200 mark. And
Paul White
running
very in
which
lane
is
1.
very steady pace for Paul. So he'll come around to the 300 and he'll be able to just turn off the gas and cruise home.
Look at this class here, 10 metres up as the stagger unwinds.
Although Paul White is making a good move there in lane 1. So it looks like the two of these athletes are moving clear of the field. Paul is at a counter here coming home.
Running like
Owen Buggy looking for third there. If Sean McCabe might try and catch him on the line.
Yeah, there's a push on. 50.47
for Paul.
And
Owen Buggy takes the third spot there. And the Tala athlete, Sean McCabe, takes fourth. So he'll be keeping an eye on the clock.
Paul Murphy was so relaxed there, he might as well have been asleep.
I think he was asleep. Was he?
I think he was, yeah.
I think I've seen some cartoon Zeds coming out of his nose and mouth on the home straight.
Extremely relaxed there to run 50.47. So you reckon, you reckon fifth place might have been, we'll see now on our jumbotron here on our on our computer screen here now. Just how close that was for 5th place. That's what we're watching here. See who qualifies for this final. So 52 low is the time to beat.
So they're just figuring out that
Replay
replay
the
there.
video of Paul's last performance up in Belfast is up on our Facebook page there as well. Jumping the gun.
Yeah, just jumping.
Facebook.com/JTG Ireland, I think, is their Facebook page.
That was
if not,
also
just have a search for it. So here's Paul coming down the home straight again, looking nice and relaxed. You can see Owen Buggy back in 3rd place there as well, cruising through. He has a look to his right-hand side. Paul cruises across the line, followed by Sean McCabe, Owen Buggy, or followed by Paul White, sorry, then Owen Buggy, then Sean McCabe. So I think
our qualifiers might come from heat 1.
I think it could be 4th place from each heat. Will take the second 2 spots. The last 2 spots, in fact.
Yeah, the
in that final.
fastest qualifiers.
Yes.
They used to call them fastest losers, but that was felt to be
The fastest
inappropriate.
qualifiers who did not get automatic qualification.
Yes.
I think that's the
So we
quickest
got
way to say it.
St. Albans hand on the head in the pole vault there. Just they didn't get quite right, get the plant right for that vault.
Anyway, I'll
That's
just
a
go back
failure.
to Paul Murphy here. You can see in that video on our Facebook that he's right up there with Brian Gregan at 200 mark. He's cruising through, so he's certainly a class athlete. We're just going to cut to a quick ad break here from our sponsors, GloHealth.